Welcome to another episode of Child Please Podcast. I am Regina Weathersby,
And I am Erica Simpson.
and we are the Blue Rose Foundation. We're just gonna jump right into it today. Um, Many of you may have seen, may not have seen. Eric, I know we've seen and we've talked about it over this week. There's a new ACLU report that recently came out, and this is the American Civil Liberties Union report. And there's a quote that really sticks out to me from this report that obviously touches home for us, being a foundation supporting Black women in their maternal health journey. And the statement that sticks out the most to me from this report says that it identified Alabama as the most dangerous state in the United States for pregnancy and childbirth. That is such a heavy statement, like the most dangerous state in the US for pregnancy and for childbirth. And I can't help but immediately think about if Alabama is the most dangerous state overall for pregnancy and childbirth, what does that mean for Black mothers? You know what I mean? And so just looking at some of the things that report identified, that in Alabama is nearly twice the national average for deaths in pregnancy and childbirth. And Black women in particular, it's 100 deaths per 100,000 births. That's a lot of people,
It is.
especially when we consider most of the things are preventable. Most of the issues could be prevented if people had access, if they had information, if they had resources. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
When I saw it, it was quite alarming. And you and I have talked about it. We've been doing this work almost 2 years now. And what kind of stands out, not so much the support or the lack thereof for the organization, but just you don't really hear people talk about it. And it's not a thing until it's a thing. People it doesn't register until someone you love is in crisis. And I don't know, like, I don't know how we can change that because it needs to be changed. I feel like a lot of the barriers to Black mothers that are dying, a lot of it is systemic. But and I think it's a lack of education. Like I remember I was talking to a cousin of mine, highly educated. But, sometimes if medicine is not your area, you're dumped to the fact. And so it just kind of made me think as an organization that this is truly a passion of mine. What can we do to engage people? What can we do to make people more aware, make them talk about it more? Um, And I think sometimes, a lot people be like, I'm not having any more kids or I don't want any kids. And, but Black maternal health still impacts you because somebody you're close to, whether it's a friend, a sister, or your mom, somebody that's related to you or close to you, this is it's scary. It should scare you.
Yeah, you know,
It
I,
really it should scare you. And I kind of just been doing a lot of research. I've recently been doing a historical trace of Black maternal health. And, just even looking back at like Regina, you and our grandmothers, like people back in the day had 10, 12, 14 children. They may have lost one along the way, but they wasn't dying in childbirth. And it's very perplexing to we are one of the most wealthiest and one of the most advanced nations in the world,
mhm,
and people are dying.
yeah,
So, I'm just at a loss.
Along with that, one of the most wealthiest and advanced nations in the world. But then another thing that the article mentioned was in Alabama, 34% of the counties are maternal health deserts, and 43 of the 64 counties have little to no maternity care available. 43 counties out of 64. And so we know, being in Alabama, that when we talk about maternal health deserts, who does that greatly impact the most? Because we're talking about now the Black Belt
The
counties,
black milk.
where people don't, not only is there not a facility located in that county that can assist them in that maternal health care, but then where's the transportation? And if they don't have the transportation, then we're at the mercy of someone giving us a ride. Of course, people might say, well, Ubers aren't cheap. And are they even readily available
In areas like
in
that.
those areas? Yeah. And so it's so many barriers with food and the diet that people have access to. It's so many things that um contribute to this crisis, because that's what it is. It's a crisis. And it's just mind-boggling to me that year after year we see the numbers. Year after year we say this is a crisis. Year after year, Alabama is the lowest, one of the lowest, now the lowest, you
Mhm.
know, when it comes to success in that area. And what are we doing as a state, as a community, in our individual counties and cities to address it? Who's talking about it? And it's like you said, and I say all the time, like, this is not an issue for people that is not impacting in the moment. But when it does impact you, you know what I mean? It's a totally different story. What I do know that what I do know is that the Blue Rose Foundation has been here for 2 years, and we've been putting in work to get people educated on different things, to support people with tangible needs, to just draw attention to an issue so that people can use their influence and their resources to help with this crisis, to connect with other community partners and community agencies who are out there doing this type of work in this with this population of people. And what I can say is the Blue Rose Foundation will continue to be here, and we're going to continue to speak about it, and we're going to continue to reach out until people see it for what it is, and not just see it, but do something about it, because we
Yeah.
can't stay silent when people's lives are hanging in the balance.
And when you were talking about the Black Belt counties and the barrier, the transportation barrier, and that's one thing I think people sometimes take for granted. A cell phone is a barrier because if you're in an area that service is sketch, so you may not be able to make it to the appointment, but you can't even do a telehealth visit. You know, I don't know. It's just sad, and like I said, going into our third year, like I talked with you about, I was like, maybe we should try something else to draw people in. But it's a thing. It's a thing. Our Black mothers are dying, our children are dying, and I think sometimes people don't even equate this miscarriage. You know how many people walking around that have had miscarriages and may not even know that they have miscarried. And it's just a lot of people suffering in silence when they really don't have to. So,
Yeah. Well, I like I said, we'll be here. The Blue Rose Foundation isn't going anywhere, and this is just our us stretching our arms out to you, the folks who will come across this podcast. who've been following us, who may know somebody who needs to be connected with us. We are here and we welcome you to reach out to us at any time. You can connect with us via our website. It's www.thebluerosefoundation.org. We would love to hear from you. And if you need help, if you find yourself just stuck in a situation and you need help, you need information, you need resources, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We will get you connected as best as we can. We want everybody to have a chance um, at life as a
Mhm.
mom, without having to fear for your life because you're a mom.
And I want to
So,
say this too. I know that, we talk a lot about Black maternal health, but I want to throw this out here too. I mean, because it's been sitting on the table. We have built in a support group for men. So Black maternal health does not just impact women, it impacts men. So if you are a Black man listening to this podcast and you want to know how you can join in to help, please reach out to us as well.
yeah.
Well, next time we just felt the need to have a very serious conversation today, because like I said, we would be remiss as a organization focusing on Black maternal health not to address um, that that just came out last week about the stats and where we are. We promise that we will continue this work. We will be back next month with a more exciting topic, but we just felt compelled that we need to come in and just acknowledge the stats and show our face, and let people know that we are here. Like she said, whether it is emotional support, um, tangible support, reach out to us and we will connect you as best as we can.
All righty. Well, until next time, thank you for tuning in and we will see you all. Bye bye.
Bye.